I was in the library, and this book was on a stand. I'd like to read you a page. My back over my hips as I asked if we should take our clothes off. And he's saying yes before I finish my sentence. He's pulling off my t-shirt, laughing when I can't undo his shirt buttons. He's undoing my belt. I'm reaching into his bedside drawer for a condom. We're kissing. Again, we're rolling over. Obviously, you can see where this is going. I don't know if it's because we're feeling especially emotional or just tired, or these past couple of weeks have been too much. But this reminds me so much of the first time we had sex. We were both fucking terrified, and the whole thing was kind of terrible because we didn't know what we were doing. But it was good too, so good, because we were a mess of emotions, and we were scared and excited, and everything felt new. So this sort of feels like that. Nick touches me like he's scared that any minute. Now, this book was at my middle school, and it was on a stand. When I rented it out to show my dad it, the librarian asked if I wanted more and if I wanted a graphic novel version.
Doesn't need to be at our school. Doesn't need to be at my 11-year-old's library. And then, as far as genderqueer, I've got a son in the high school as well. And this is bullshit. We know it, all right? We do not need to be having literature that's showing boys how to suck, all right? I'm very, very frustrated about it, okay? And you may think that schools know the best for our children. You know who know the best for our children? The parents. And if you remember this, I was here last year talking about masks, and I even offered you proper usage for a mask, and you said I was bullying. And you know what I would like to say to everybody right now? Where are we a year later, and what has changed why you don't wear your masks right now? So what has changed in the medical field that is showing you that you don't have to wear masks now? So like I said, listen to the parents. I can tell you right now, I don't work anymore, and I will be more than happy to focus my time and effort to the security of my child and children in this school.
Bay's dad right there. He is 100% right about this. You should be very careful about what your teachers in school are teaching your kids. Very, very, very sad to see this happening. Let's watch more videos.
I have some books here that have been banned in certain school districts around the country. Let's go see what people think about it. Should we ban books in public schools?
Absolutely, 100% no.
No.
No, I don't think anything should be banned.
I don't think so.
When you're ready to play with your body, there are a few things to try, but the first thing to learn is that a happy or is a wet or It is 100% not appropriate for elementary school.
If you have a play with it, slip it with.
Oh my God!
Maybe not this.
Okay, no, kids maybe should not be reading that.
I'm sorry. This is like a literal sex scene. Like, this is actual, like, sex.
That's disgusting.
How can you allow kids to read something like this in school? This is completely insane. These people are ridiculous. The left has gone way too far.
I'm just telling you, I'm going to continue to film. I'm going to report on these books. If you would like to call the police and have them come talk to me, you're more than welcome to do so. So it's called Genderqueer. So this is a drawing of oral sex taking place between individuals. People who are under the age of 18 can check out this book without parental approval. What do you think the value is of having a book like this that has a drawing of oral sex taking place? What do you think the value of having that in a library is? This book is called Gender Identity for Kids. Here in the children's picture books section, they have a book called The Hips on the Drag Queen Go Swish, 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 as if you're a drag queen and you know it. The Anti-Racist Kid. Here we have Not My Idea, a book about whiteness. This next book is When Aiden Became a Brother. Keep in mind that Aiden is a biological female who identifies as a boy. Red, a crayons story. And they're now presenting children with books that tell them that crayons can be trans.
Wow, this is absolutely wild. How can you have books like this in a children's library? Insane.
Hello, everyone. I've been coming here for 5 years now, and I was going to talk to you about some practical things that I thought you could change about 3210. But I've changed my mind. I've been really confused over the last 5 years as to why we spend 45 minutes to an hour of every public meeting talking about how great everyone is and how great everything is in the schools, and now I've figured it out. I figured it out because all these people came here to defend you all from hurtful words. This is obnoxious. Let me just say, there is one goal for the educational system. It should be to prepare children to enter careers to be productive members of society. It is not a counseling session. It is not a self-help area. It is not somewhere to find yourself, and we should not be led by the children, for goodness sake. The children are called dependents for a reason. They depend on us who have fully developed brains. You cannot feel your way through life. The issues that we are talking about, we are bringing you statistics. We are talking about scholastics. We are talking about funding. We are talking about busing. We are talking about trying to figure out how to make our children be as successful as possible. And I am sure that that is your goal. And what we have been called tonight is what they're claiming that we're saying to children. We're having an adult conversation. There are not children in this room. We aren't going into the schools and calling them names. They call us Marxists and hateful and bigots and everything else under the sun. Well, let me tell you, less than 5% of the entire population of North Carolina identifies as LGBTQ. You guys all claim you want democracy. Well, you know what democracy is? It's the majority plus one. It's 50 plus 1. You know what? More than 50% of the people in this state claim that they believe in God, Almighty God, who made us male and female, God who made marriage between a man and a woman, God who said that we must protect our children. The fact that we can stand up here and we know, we can brag about all of the wonderful graduations, but we know the statistics. 50% of children did not pass their end of grade tests. What are we celebrating? We have children coming up here telling us how horrible the mental health crisis is. Why? Most of us went to public school, and all of our peers are not in mental health crises. We have to ask ourselves, what are we doing to our children? I'm going to say we are discussing things with them that they are not emotionally, intellectually, and morally able to handle. That is what is causing the anxiety. That is what is causing the depression. That is what is causing the confusion. We need our children to be able to be children, to be able to be innocent, to be able to enjoy childhood and not know all of the drama and all of the difficulties in adult life. That is what we want. We want our children to be able to read and write and to think for themselves, and we demand that the children who fear God are protected in your schools.
That was beautiful. Great speech right there. She is base and is telling it like it is. We need to protect our children at all cost.
Well, they're essentially putting their own interests before safeguarding of children.
Yeah.
I think common sense says we keep sexualized imagery away from children because we understand that that's a shared safeguarding action, so that children aren't used to sexualized presentations, and then of course they can spot when those sexualized presentations aren't very good for them, and
say, oh, hold on a minute, I don't feel comfortable here, and that's the red flag. But of course, if it's been normalized to them in the classroom with their teacher, they won't spot that red flag.
Absolutely. But I think there's something actually more going on with this book, and in a way what I find more troubling actually is the trans signaling that's happening in there. So, for example, I think the book ends with the words "trans kids are magic," and then it also has a picture of a trans man bearing their mastectomy scars as well.
Yeah.
And this is something that hasn't been picked up so much on.
A healthy woman who has cut off her perfectly healthy breasts.
That's right.
And we're supposed to be celebrating that to 4-year-olds. I mean, that seems normal.
Exactly. And, the kids are hugely impressionable, and obviously the book's presenting something of a party and a wonderful time, and so this, kids being magic is very attractive to them, and so actually this is manipulative.
And it's about, isn't it, about the trans thing?
It is manipulative. It is completely ridiculous. It is completely outrageous that they would show books like this to children that are not fully developed yet and cannot understand or comprehend what is shown to them. It is very, very disgusting to put sexual pictures, book that portrays sexual activities in public schools, in children's libraries. This is completely insane to me. These woke leftists have gone way too far and must be stopped. Fortunately, Donald Trump was elected and will probably, most likely, put a stop to all of this. Put a stop to all of the DEI nonsense and the trans nonsense that is developing in administration, institutions, schools, and hospitals, etc. It is sad to see. Honestly, we understand more. Most people will understand that we have to protect our children, that we should keep our children safe, and that we should protect them at all costs against all of this sexualization of children and of the trans ideology when they don't know yet what it is all about. Everybody can make their own decision in life. Everybody can choose if they want to be a boy or a girl or a trans whatever, but you have to be of majority. You have to know exactly what it is and be mature enough to understand all of the consequences of your life choices. And this is not what a child is able to do yet. Keep the children out of your woke ideology. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think about this. I hope you enjoyed this video as always, and click right there to watch the next video, and I will see you there. Bye bye.